Good morning, Southwest Leadership. So, here we go. Today we're going to continue on with lesson 2-4, looking at the problem solving page. I'm sorry. Well, in looking at that, it's adding geometry to our multi-step equations. So, just to go ahead and get started, I made a couple example problems like the problems that's on the problem solving page, just so you can get an idea of how to complete those problems, and you have sample problems to go ahead and move forward. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is list out all our terms. So for instance, let's just label this one A and this one B. So that way when we look at the numbers throughout the problem, we'll know what the numbers are coinciding with. So on here, let's see, we have 3x minus 3. And then we have x minus 2. I'm sorry, x minus 3. Now, remember we're talking about the distributive property, right? And so the distributive property is a way that we can write problems to simplify the process, right? So, and in looking at this, we see that we have x minus 3, and then we have 3x minus 3. So let's look at that. So we have two sides that have 3x minus 3. So what we can do is put this 2 here. So that gives us two of those sides. And then it says plus x minus 3. And we have that listed here. And so let's solve. So this will in turn goes to because remember there are two of both terms. Then on this side, we're looking at the triangle here. And on a triangle, we have two sides of 3x minus 1 and one side of 3x. So let's list that out. And since we have two sides, we're going to list that like that. Plus 3x. All right. So instead of writing all of those numbers. So as we go through and we solve this, we have 2 times 3, which gives us 6x. And then we have 2 times 3, which gives us 6. And then we have x2 times x, which gives us 2x. And then we have 2 times 3, and that's a negative, so it's going to give us negative 6. So if we go through some combine like terms, and if you look at it, I'm just doing one side at a time just to kind of simplify the processing for you guys. So 6x plus 2x give us 8x. Negative 6 times negative 6 gives us positive 36. Leaves us at 8x plus 36. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to this side. So we have 3x times 2 gives us 6x. 2 times negative 1 gives us negative 2. And because it's a triangle, it's only one side, we just bring that 3x down. So now we have 6x plus 3x gives us 9x minus 2. So I'm going to put my x's on this side. So my number would stay positive. And so to do so, I'm going to subtract 8x here. And then that means I have to subtract 8x over here. So that leaves us with x minus 2. This one cancels out. And now we have plus 36. So we have positive 36 on this side. And again, we're solving for x. So we're going to have to add 2 here. Add 2 here. Now we have 38. And x equals 38. So again, that was just an example. So not one that you have to complete, but at least giving you a sample problem to look at as you move forward to solve the other equations. All right, so let's look at the next one. And again, these are all example problems, not problems from your sheet, just to give you example and sample problems to have as you solve and go through the lesson. So we know that all squares are equilaterals, and equilaterals let you know that all the sides are the same on a square. So to simplify writing this, we have 4 sides and add 2x. Okay, so over here we have 2 sides that equals 2x minus 1. So it should look like that. And then we have 2x. All right, so let's go ahead and simplify. 2x times 2 is 4x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Plus our 2x equals 4 times 2 is 8x. 4 plus 2 is 6x. Bring down our minus 2. All we have is 8x over here. So we can leave our negative 2 here. And if we subtract 2x over here, subtract 2x over here, you have 6x minus 2. Well, we know we're solving for x. So we are going to divide by 6 here. Divide by 6 here. 6 goes into 6. 1 times. Leaving. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just steadily moving on. My bad. All right, so we wrote up the problem. We began to solve, trying to collect our like terms to one side of the equation. So we move 2x to the 8x side. So to do that, you do the opposite. It was addition, so we're going to subtract. So if we subtract here, we have to subtract here. So then once we subtract, 8 minus 2 gives us 6. So we have 6x. We bring our negative 2 down. So now we have negative 2 equals 6x. But we're trying to solve for x by itself. So in solving for x by itself, we're going to divide 6 by 6 and we get x, because 6 goes into 6 one time. And then we're going to divide by 6 on this side. Well, we have negative 2. So, and this is where we are. So now I brought us back up to speed. All right, 6 goes into 6 one time, leaving us with just an x. And then we have negative 2x over 6. Well, we can divide those, but we can simplify those. So a term that they both have in common that we can simplify by is 2. So if we divide by 2, it gives us 1. And if we divide by 2, it gives us 3. So our solution is x equals negative 1/3. See, it wasn't as hard as we thought it would be. So this should definitely help you with the problem solving page in your packet. And it kind of breaks that information down for you. If you have additional questions for me, please give me a send me a message, and I'll be more than happy to assist you with it. Again, this is section 2-4. The multi-steps in equation page. So, and it looks like this at the top. So, go for it. All right, I'm here to help you be successful, and in doing so, you would need to advocate for yourselves and give me a call during this time that we're not able to be together. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to either email me from the Southwest Leadership website or go on the Remind app, go to your class code, and communicate to me there. It goes straight to my cell phone. Have a wonderful afternoon.